What's going on, guys? Back in the cage again today for first time this spring. Gonna try out, I guess, the newest release this year. It's the new Axe Warp. We've seen it a few places already, but don't know a ton about it. From what I was told, it was completely redesigned barrel, but I guess we'll see on that. Kind of compare it to our old Avenge Pro 3. A couple other things coming out soon is the new Easton Dub, but it's not really bat release season, so probably won't see a whole ton as far as bat releases in the spring season go. Maybe towards the end, but yeah, get in here, see how it swings. What's going on, guys? Back in the office again today. Got first kind of a new release of the bat season. A long time no see. We just nothing really out there to make videos of. I mean, there's always stuff, I guess, but you know, kind of got to pick and choose your battles with the amount of time that we have to do this. So we did get the newest of the Axe bats in. The Warp is what they're calling it. I was told this is completely redesigned, totally different barrel technology than the Avenge Pro 3 that we had last year. And, you know, was told a lot of changes were made with this bat, so pretty interesting to see. It's always interesting when, you know, they actually come out and say, I guess, there is changes. You know, a lot of these companies, Rawlings and Easton and big companies, especially if they have a successful bat like the Hi-Fi or the Icon or whatever, they don't really ever make changes to it for several years. You know, I mean, the Icon's essentially been a repaint for the last couple of years. The Hi-Fi's obviously repainted in the last couple of years, so we can get the new ones and stuff and we swing them obviously, but it's the same thing. So it's always interesting when they say there's a difference. Yeah, got this in our hands, and I will put in a disclaimer at the start of this that Lucas did move up to swinging a 30-inch bat now, so obviously with more weight comes a little bit more exit velocity and things like that. Pretty minuscule amount obviously, but just something to note. All in all, I did think that this was a pretty good bat. Lucas did get he wanted the flared version rather than the true axe handle version. Still pretty axe-y versus, you know, something like the Bone Saber knob or something like that. Obviously, it's still meant to be held in one specific way. But yeah, all in all, really good bat. It's hard to get an exact weight measurement on this because it's made, you know, this side you can't lay it on. This side you obviously can't lay it on. But it was coming in somewhere right around 22 ounces for a 30-20 bat, you know, a 30 drop 10. So I would not consider this a light swinging bat, just from the bit of me holding it, me talking to Lucas while he's swinging it. I would put it somewhere in the middle. Probably fairly similar swing weight to something like the Icon. You know, in drop 10, the Icon isn't necessarily a really light swinging bat either, as I always say. So fairly similar swing weight. Does have pretty good pop. Once again, we probably still need to break this in a little bit more, but we were getting some pretty good numbers with it. You know, anywhere in the 62 to 64 range on really well hit balls off of, once again, front toss. So it can get higher than that when you start seeing some velocity. But yeah, I always do think that Axe is a little underrepresented in the USSSA space. I think that more kids could be swinging them. I do like the the kind of theory behind the axe handle and and the flared handle. I think that it gets you in a good hitting position to begin with, especially for kids that you know that maybe roll over a lot or things like that. That's just me guessing, kind of. But yeah, all in all, did think it was a really good bat. Do think that it's it's competitive in the drop 10 space with a lot of the other really good bats. Will it knock off his icon? Probably not. The kid just loves the icon. And I will say, guys, I'm gonna go off on a tangent here for any manufacturers that may watch this video. I doubt probably any of them are, but maybe the offhand there will be somebody from Axe and somebody from these other companies that watch this part of this video. Make drop 10s less durable. Yes, you heard me say that correctly. Make drop 10s less durable. I don't know any kid that is swinging a drop 10 correctly, even a kid like Lucas that has a 99th percentile swing that's just absolutely mashing the ball. These take so long to break in correctly, and just make them less durable. Like, that is the one advantage that I think that the Icon has had on every other bat in the past couple of years, is it just comes out of the wrapper needing less break-in, which for, what kids that are swinging composite drop 10 bats, anywhere from 9 to 12 years old, it makes sense. They go through these bats so quickly, and they're moving up in sizes so quickly, generally, almost probably about an inch a year, that they don't need to be as durable as they are. I would sacrifice the durability for some extra pop out of all of these bats. And this just happens to be an Axe video. I'm not pointing out Axe specifically. That's basically every manufacturer. It's every bat besides basically the Icon. You can just tell when you get it. As soon as I hear the first couple swings, you hear this ping, ping, ping noise. It sounds more like an alloy bat than it does a composite bat. Whereas the Icon, out of the wrapper, pretty much sounds like a composite bat. I just think that in the drops 10 space, that's where these companies should be going. They should be trying to make these bats less durable and more broken in out of the wrapper, because most of these kids will never break these bats in. Just in the amount of time that they get to use them. Lucas's white Icon that he swung the entirety of basically his 9U season, fall and spring. That bat probably had 5,000 swings on it or something like that. Just barely developed a crack at the very end. And that bat, it was supposedly known for being less durable than the later iterations of it. So, I mean, guys, I think that all of these bats could benefit from coming less durable and more hot out of the wrapper. Yes, I know you got to deal with the USSSA 1.15 BPF, but that's basically a maximum limit. I'm not saying to make them hotter in the grand scheme of things. I'm saying do whatever it is for your composite engineers to make them less durable and more ready to game out of the wrapper. Because I really think that that's what's holding back a lot of these bats. Guys, I think we do have some cool stuff coming up. We have a couple bats coming in that are you don't see very often. One that you almost never see. I actually got, I think, kind of lucky in snagging it. Just somebody that I saw happened to be selling one. I've literally never seen one for sale in recent memory, at least. It's a 2011 Red Easton Stealth XL, supposedly the hottest drop 10 of all time. Not even USSSA stamped. It's 1.15 BPF stamped, but it doesn't have the USSSA stamp. It's before the USSSA stamp, to my knowledge, even existed. So should be a pretty cool video on that. See what that's like. It's actually legal at a lot of tournaments, except for ones that specifically require a lot of USSSA or a true USSSA stamp. And then we also have a bat coming in from a little bit of a less known or almost unknown really company called Black Emerald that is in a similar, it's a newer bat, but in a similar vein, they don't have the USSSA stamp on the bat. They have the 1.15 BPF stamp. So supposedly both very hot. So definitely going to be interested to see what those both look like. Are they actually hotter? You know, I don't know, especially with the old skinny barrels. Part of me, you know, I would say it's tough. Are they hotter? Maybe. But a lot of times you don't really get an apples to apples comparison with the old skinny barrels. One, they need to be broken in like crazy. I mean, you're talking thousands of swings on some of those ones, like the old Silver XL1 and things like that. And two, they swing a lot more like a drop 8 than they do a drop 10. So, you know, like our old XL1 was like something like 3 or 4 ounces over the actual specified weight. So it's much closer to an actual drop 8. So should be cool to see, guys. You know, I think it's like if you get this skinny barrel, you probably compare it to a drop 8 versus a drop 10. Just something to consider. But all in all, guys, should be cool. Should have a couple things coming out here just to see. I know everybody's kind of getting the swing of spring season right now. We've already played a couple tournaments. So, yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the field.